But if you close your eyes.
Hey, what is up guys, it's your boy Last Time, and today I'm going to be doing a type of video that I probably won't do very much on my channel, but I just couldn't really think of anything to do for a video today, so I decided to share this story with you. Now, I'd also like to apologize that I'm very horrible at Call of Duty, and, yeah, I'd just like to apologize for my crappy gameplay. Anyway, yeah, so this is the story from when... Okay, so first of all, this story happened about a little over a year ago. I was in 7th grade, and it was just a normal day, obviously, up until this point. And this was, like, pretty early in the morning, like, right when I got to school. And so, the way, like, whenever we go to school, there's two places we could go. Out front to the patio, if it's like at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, where it'll be like warmer, or to the gym if it's colder outside, like during the winter. So I think it was more during the winter, so I would have gone to the gym, or the other option is to go to the cafeteria to eat breakfast and stuff, and then you could stay in there until school starts. And so I went to the cafeteria like I did every day to eat. And so when I got there, I sat down or whatever, and whenever I walked in, I sat down next to my friend, and we started talking. And then this other kid comes up, this kid that he's always trying to get in fights and start trouble. And he's one of those kids that's just like, hey, fight me. I know I'm gonna lose, but fight me anyway. You know, he's one of them kids.
Let's project some force.
I need to give these characters names. Let's see. My friend of the story that I sat next to, we're gonna call him...
Area is hot. Consider all contacts hostile.
And we're gonna call the other kid, Steve. So I sat down next to Brian, and Steve came over saying that he was sitting where my friend was sitting. And everyone at the table's like, no, you weren't sitting there, or whatever. And he's like, yeah, but my stuff's right there. And we're like, so you could have just put your stuff there, you know, whatever. We were all like, we basically everyone in the table versus Steve, we all got in kind of an argument. And so I grabbed the kid's stuff and I just throw it over another table, and I go, okay, well, you're sitting over there now. You know, just trying to get rid of him. And he, for some reason, he takes my bag, because I had it like sitting around like the back of my chair, like had the arms over like the side of the chair so that it would stay up back there. And so he takes my bag off and just like kind of starts walking away with, or like not like walking away with it, but I like stand up and chase him. I get it back, you know, I put it down, and I kind of expected that he wasn't really going to do anything after that. I figured he'd leave us alone for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. And so I went up to get my food. I can't remember what we were eating that day, but I went up to get my food, and okay, when I came back, this other kid that was sitting at the table, let's see, his name, we're gonna call him Ethan. So Ethan went and knocked the kid down, knocked down Steve, because Steve had taken my stuff again. And so he went, knocked him to the ground, grabbed my bag, gave it back to me, and I went over, and I was gonna kind of shove him with my bag, and kind of knock him down, and like, and tell him to back off. But then I was like, nah, man, I doubt after that he's gonna do anything again. And so, like, I was mid-swing when I decided that, so I kind of slowed it down and ended up nudging him. And I guess he kind of thought that, like, I was attacking him or something. And I kind of was at first, but then I changed my mind. And so I turned around, he punches me in the back of the neck, knocks my glasses off, and I just froze. Not because I was scared or anything like that, because I was like, wait, this kid actually did something? It was kind of funny, because I'd never seen him actually do anything before, so I was just so stunned. I had no idea what to do. I was getting ready to turn around, screw this kid up, and, what'd I say his name was? The kid I sat next to, I think I said his name was, like, Brian or something like that. Yeah, Brian. I think that's what I said his name was. But Brian, when I turn around, Steve was on the ground crying. I'm like, wait, did I like screw him up with my mind or something? Okay, no, I didn't really think that. I was like, wait, what happened? And Brian is like, I just punched him in the face. Like, he seemed so amazed. It was kind of funny. He's like, oh my gosh, I just punched him in the face. And then all of a sudden, and then a bunch of kids started like crowding around, and Steve started crying and screaming, "It's all his fault. It's all your fault." And then, yeah, and then a teacher came or the lunch lady came over trying to calm him down, and he started cussing out the lunch lady. And then him and Steve and Brian both went up to the office, and I was like, huh, wonder how long it's gonna be till they call me up here. And so I just kind of sat there, ate my breakfast. I was done. I had like just barely finished it whenever they came down, and they're like, "Hey, are you Gideon?" I'm like, "Yep, that's me." And you're like, "Did you get hit?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Ready to assault.
And so I go up there. I had to wait up in the office for like 30 minutes before they came to me. I was like, it was so boring. And and while I was sitting up there, I was like, oh crap, my mom's not gonna be happy about this.
UAV inbound.
Yesterday, I had to call her and tell her that I was failing one of my classes. Oops. You know, like, I was like, yeah, she's really not gonna be, she really ain't gonna have this. And then, so I'm waiting up there, they come in, or the cop comes in, asks what happened about it. I tell him the story or whatever. He goes, talks to the other people, comes back in, basically tells me that he's gonna talk to Bruce's parents and tell him or see like what's going on, if anyone's gonna press charges. He was gonna talk to everyone's parents, see if they're gonna press charges. No one did. But and yeah, so yeah, and then since I didn't actually hit anyone, I got a 1-day in-school suspension, and that's the only punishment I had. But the other two, they both got suspended. I think, Bruce. I think I keep changing his name. I think it was it Brian or Bruce? It was one of the two. Anyway,
UAV inbound.
I think it was Brian. He got suspended for 3 or 4 days. Not sure which one. And then Steve got suspended for 4 or 5 days. And one thing I found out when I got home is that, like, my mom, I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, it's like one thing that she wasn't sure about is if I just nudged him with my bag or if I actually shoved him, because I just kind of nudged him. And because apparently the vice principal, I hate her so much. She basically told my mom that in the video that they saw, the like surveillance footage, they saw me like shove him, which is not what happened. And then the cop had told her that that I had just kind of nudged him with my bag. And then also when the vice principal was like telling me what my punishment was or whatever, I was sitting in her office, and she called my mom to let her know or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I mean, he had multiple opportunities to come tell an adult, and he just didn't, so we're gonna suspend her for a day. I'm like, what opportunity did I have? The only opportunity that I really would have had was like whenever I went up to get my lunch, and I didn't realize that anything was gonna happen after that point. Like, yeah, oh my gosh, I actually made a storytime video last like almost 10 minutes now. I was not expecting that. Wow, I usually am pretty good at telling stories and making it, like, not good at telling stories, but I'm usually pretty quick about it. I was not expecting this video to be that long. Anyway, guys, until the next video, I'm Last Diamond. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Bye.
All
Don't know what
COD
to do.
assets degraded.
See y'all boys later.